All right, take 37. So, recording yourself talking is not as natural as it kind of sounds. It's not like an episode on TV. You know, there's a few goof ups, and you might want to open the windows because your wife's got hot. 'Cause she's tightwad and won't turn on the air conditioner. So, my name's Cody Claflin. We really didn't get much of an introductory video before we jumped in to really kind of interview our small business owners. Thank you to Tracy and my Aunt Shani. Really appreciate your guys' time. So I was wanting to touch on a couple topics. One of them, I'm 31. I've been a service provider for 11 years now. And last year was kind of a special deal, being the whole 10th year and everything. And I get asked a lot about, starting a business, and we've got some rentals. We farm with my dad and my grandpa. And, we kind of do some stuff on our own, and my wife's here now full time, and just some different things kind of want to touch on that I didn't record anything that we did for 10 years. Never really talked about it much, just trying to do my thing. For me, a small business and working for myself has never been about money necessarily, but mostly just trying to do what I want to do every day. And what really got me thinking about the whole, really starting to document the process. I think a lot of people think that a business is flashy and fancy, and you're rolling in the money, and that's not the case. And a lot of times you're putting the business needs before your own. When I was in college, this is my first hat. This is the first hat that we made, and the actual name at first was Natural Solutions Soil Fertility Management. And actually, my number hasn't changed in the last 11 years, so that's a good thing. And what I really started focusing on in the beginning was just soil sampling. I'm very passionate about, I believe that's one of the biggest things we need to work on is proper fertility, and that should come as a no-brainer that you want to feed the plants that are making your living. But it's surprising to me at how often that process is kind of bastardized. And so anyway, we started with the fertility, and then as opportunities have come along, I guess I've always kind of stepped up to the plate and tried different things. And there's been some things that we don't offer anymore. The biggest things right now that we're focusing on is the seed business. We sell Bex Hybrids seed. I really enjoy that. It's interesting. It's challenging. It's ever changing. When I first started all this, I didn't know what was coming down the line. And one day, Reed walked through the door and sat down in our old office and said, "Hey, what do you think about being a seed dealer?" And I said, "Well, to be honest, I don't know shit about it, but I'll figure it out." And anyway, 5 years later, and here we are. Sold a few bags of seed and done a few different things. It's been really enjoyable. It's fascinating, I think, the differences in the seed corn. But I guess what I'm saying there is be ready to evolve and change. Another project that we're taking on is a drip tape irrigation. I think it has a fit and a role on certain farms and certain crops, and from that's led us into we're going to try hemp farming this year. And so when it came time to do some new projects, we kind of my wife did a rebranding on the 10-year anniversary, and this is our new logo. And so have a little bit of continuity with the businesses. And we have Natural Solutions Agronomic Services and Natural Solutions Hemp Company. And don't want to get too many names out there, but the entities are separate for a reason. And I guess just don't turn down opportunities but still try and stay in your lane. Over the course of your career, you're going to see a lot of different opportunities come down the line. Farming and services, they kind of go hand in hand. I've always kind of made a rule that you don't ever want to try and compete against your customer base, and that's not what I'm trying to do with my farm. I'd like to have enough farm ground to play a little bit, and test out the things that you want to try. And sometimes you got to put a few things together, it just takes so much equipment. So that's kind of where we're at now. And I remember a time where, you know, my entire annual sales as being a service provider probably wouldn't pay my fuel bill now. And that is something that's always good to keep in the back of your mind of where you came from, where you started, because 10 years seems like a really long time, but it sure went by quick. And then that's saying something for a 31-year-old, I guess. My grandpa would probably have a different view on that. You know, on that, I get told all the time, you're a young pup at 31, but there are business stories like mine, you know, like my Aunt Shaney's, like Tracy's. They're all unique and things to pull away from it, that if you think you want to go into business, I hope you can get something from this channel. I hope you can say, well, you know, I kind of like what they said, kind of like what they don't, or reach out. These are very intelligent people, you know, and I think that being self-employed, or say if you're employing 5 or 10 people, it's not a huge business. That's, you know, it's not an Apple or Google, but all those businesses started out very small too. And being able to employ someone else and have a small business is very admirable. And I hope that people can learn and see that and realize what it truly takes to employ someone. And then also, or even if just being self-employed, to be able to make enough money to do something you enjoy for the rest of your life, it really is, it's a treat, I guess. You're pretty blessed to be able to do that. You know, it's an honor. You know, you should enjoy it. You shouldn't wake up every day and think, oh, I don't want to do this. So anyways, if you have any questions, comments, you know, leave them below. Do the liking, the subscribing. Please share it. I hope this isn't too long. I just have a lot of thoughts you want to put down, but I don't want to script anything. I want to just share, you know, this is kind of what I'm thinking, you know, and I hope maybe down the road the topics can be a little more structured. So thank you for watching.